Even as a child of God, being saved at a tender age and try that best friend thing, I have to say, it's out here. And you know quite well where that happened.
And now for our featured presentation.
Hi everyone, welcome to another
Conversation with the
Lees. Happy again to welcome all our new subscribers. I'm glad you came and joined the family. So you have a duty now to tell a friend to tell another friend, yes, and get us to 1,000 subscribers in no time. We want to just say a big thank you to everyone who has supported us over the past 2 years. We started in 2020.
Yeah.
Right. I want to say a big thank you, guys. And we look forward to making these videos. We look forward to bringing you great conversations. And we look forward to your comments in the description. So don't feel, in the comment section, sorry. So don't feel any way to, share your views on the topics that we discuss. And if there's a topic that you want us to look at or you want to have a discussion on, you can of course drop it in the comment section and let us know about it. Damien and Temoy celebrating their anniversary
and
today.
Abigail's birthday today.
And today's Sister Abigail Barrett's birthday.
Yeah, and was it day before was her sister's anniversary.
Right.
Gospel radio. Tune into that channel. Good gospel music.
Yes.
Sound word.
It's only streaming live on the internet.
Yeah, you can download the app, the radio app.
Right.
Go online.
So it's called Gospel Radio. Check it out. Who else? Anybody else celebrate anniversary? Birthday? No.
Just the Henrys and the Olivers.
All right.
This month.
Okay. So, yeah, guys. So we celebrate life, we celebrate relationships, we celebrate love, we celebrate God, and we take these conversations serious because we know that it may just help somebody. And if that's impacted your life, if that's helped you, please like the video and share it. All right. So you see the topic. We're going to be looking at, should or is it okay for married persons to have opposite sex as best friends,
other than their spouse,
as best friends? All right. The truth is, there's a, I don't know. We heard of things in the past where those things don't work out, and we have some that do work out. So we're just going to be sharing our opinion and on the topic, and of course we did also want you to share your opinion. All right. I'm going to read something that I saw on the internet. It says, is it healthy for married couples to have, well, they say have friends, but that's not what I wanted. But let's read what it says though. Having friends outside of your marriage is not only important but healthy too. Being friends with your spouse is a gift and directly benefits you both. As relationship researcher and psychologist Dr. John Gottman has said, happy marriages are based on deep friendship. So, let me pose a question though, before we get into that. Is it, for example, before you and I got married, you would have a best friend, right?
Yes, me have so resting.
All right. And vice versa. Well, the truth is, my best friend would have been a male, I don't think I had any female
My
best
best
friend.
friend would have been a female.
That been a female.
So it
Right?
worked out.
But the question then to be asked is, is it possible that for say a married person to have a best friend that is in the opposite sex? Is it possible?
It may be possible with some persons, yeah, but as it relates to my opinion, I don't think it's the best thing. I think that once you're married, really and truly, your best friend should be your spouse. As it relates to having other friends, like good friends, of course, but my definition of a best friend is someone who you tells everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, that you entrust your inner, with. And I've seen over the years where it don't really work out. Where married people try to do that and it don't really work out. Most of the time it cause a problem. You understand? Whether or not it cause a problem. Now sometimes not necessarily because the person cheats, but it cause a problem because the significant other of such a person become, a little unsettled about the friendship. And with that, it poses a problem within the marriage. So I'm saying that I want to think that everybody wants their marriage to work. So if you are doing anything at all or anything that opposes the union, I think it's better to sever it.
So if I had a best friend before you and I got married and she's a female and it's strictly platonic, you're saying if I get married to you and she was my best friend, I have to sever the best friendship?
I would say, knowing what best friend mean, I would say yeah.
Let the church say amen.
Because most of the time, I believe that, I suppose having a best friend, that's your best friend. That's your best friend.
Yeah, but for years I have known this person.
Yeah, but you're no longer single. That's the thing.
Yeah, but we never intimate. We're always
it doesn't
best
really
friends.
matter. It doesn't really matter.
Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
I believe that whatsoever you have to impart and take refuge with or in with that best friend, that's what your spouse needs. That intimacy, because whether I believe it is or not, it's a part of intimacy to have a best friend. And that intimacy, that part of you, it belongs to your spouse. And some people are meticulous enough to maybe work it, but I can guarantee you somewhere down the road, it will become an issue. It will become an issue in some way, shape or form. Because marriage already have its difficulties, challenges, you understand? And nobody really...
All right, let me interject a little bit. So what if, and I'm just hypothetical talking, so what if you before you and I got married, you know her, she hung out with us, so she's my best friend. It's like a sister to me. Not change the price of rice, right? Would you still have an issue? Like this person, you know her long before, even before we get married, but you are the one that I'm married to. She's like a sister to me. Would you still have a problem with that?
I would have a problem because before long, anything that you're going to tell such a person, I want to be the one to hold that.
Yeah, boy.
Any little secret, and I want to be the one to hold that. I don't want to feel like there's anybody, other than me, have a part of you so intimate. You understand? That is not a family member. No, because before long, the tire just rub against the wheel, metaphorically, meaning that within any relationship, especially marriage, you will have disagreements.
Okay.
You will have issues, and I want you to work it out with me. I don't want you to go to another person, another female, to work it out with.
But is that sometimes it's good to that? For example, as you raise that scenario, is it something that a perspective from another female in a situation where the person can be balanced and give you a balance.
I think people,
thing.
yes, and that's
Because,
why
you know,
that's
circumstance, not to cut you, but me cut you. Because, so for example, I may not have a lot of experience with females, whatever. So, yeah, virgin or whatever.
yeah. Nevertheless,
And then now, let me give you a scenario, man. And then now, something pop up, yo, this blow me for 6, and I can tell this a female who give me a perspective, and they say, no man, so and so and so. I'm like, oh crap, me never see it that way.
wherever you get comfort, you abide. And I want to know that if
That's
you
so
want,
deep though, because
but
you're not going for intimacy.
it is the reality, but that's what builds intimacy. So disagreement within itself within a marriage should build you and should grow from. It should not have an inch wherein that comfort, that understanding, that release is with someone else. It should be with your significant other, so you can actually grow together, even within those situations. Even within those situations.
Even the person give you a perspective that helps you to understand where your spouse is coming from.
That is where you can have associate, good friends, what have you, but it should not be your best friend that you confide in other than your spouse, because that space, that release that you are getting, you should find it in each other. That's why I believe when it said the only third party that should be in any marriage is Jesus Christ, is the Lord himself. It shouldn't be another outside force, because where you get release and comfort, you live and you tend to want to abide.
Yeah, that's on deeper than
it is deep, but that's the reality of the situation.
All right, so I found another clip, and it says, if your spouse feels uncomfortable about your opposite sex friendship, don't push them away or blame them for feeling insecure. Is it a level of insecurity?
It's not a level of insecurity. It's a matter of the binding agents within a relationship and within a marriage. If you have a relationship,
what are the binding agents?
The binding agents are trust, respect, love, and intimacy. Intimacy don't always mean just intercourse alone. It means to share your inner core of your discomfort and your comforts. And if you have someone that you pour that into other than your significant other, you all rather live in your marriage in the sense of a deficit. You understand? I've been successful.
Okay. So you're saying if your spouse says to you, I don't want you to have an opposite sex as a best friend, is that because you're insecure? Is just because of what? It's because
of the confidence that you want within the marriage and the comfort within the marriage and the spouse.
Okay.
Because while some persons mean well, God put in every individual the need for compassion, for intimacy and companionship. And if there's a side of, because whether we believe yes or no, a lot of marriages,
if I'm committed to you.
No, but a lot of marriages suffers from this. Is as if you're tired to hear about, oh, John said, oh, Pat said, oh, John said, Pat and I, and oh,
but then that's immature.
John,
because
it's not immature.
No, in the sense that if I get information from John or Pat, right, and I'm not going to come and say, oh, that John said, Pat said. No, I'm going to receive what them say and digest it and then regurgitate what that said, Pat said, John said. Because if I got this understanding and reality.
The truth is, even to look on the scenario wherein the world in itself now, you hardly find time to come together as couples. You hardly find time to share and to, you understand, converse in a intimate way because of the things of life, the stress of life, the things you have to do and the things that consume our time. And can you imagine that time that you have, that you should be spending with each other, it is being shared with another person and it's not the Lord? So where do you really get that good time to spend with each other? And we cannot go around the elephant in the room that in a lot of relationships, while this best friend thing it started out pure with a lot of person, but then lines are being crossed too for some person, because a lot of marriages now are facing difficulties because of that.
Okay.
And you do have, in a time like today that we're living with so many two-faced of individuals. You understand? And marriage already have its struggle. Some person have other motive. The male have other motive. That's why they have a saying that said, can a woman and a man really be best friend and nothing more? Because 80%,
I think it can happen.
80% of the time, the line is being crossed. Most of the time, where those relationships are successful is when either the man or the woman is not interested.
Right.
No, they're not interested in the opposite sex. So it does work, because those persons are here tend to be the best of friends.
Oh.
And most of the time, those are not the relationships that give the best friend within a marriage. Some person pushes their face, say, oh, it's my best friend. And they have ulterior motive. They understand that, okay, I cannot have him. I cannot have him solely. I cannot, not in all cases, but in majority. I cannot have her solely, but I can satisfy with a part of
So
her.
you're saying there's no way possible for somebody to be platonic in having a female opposite sex, whether male or female, friend, and it's straight platonic. No intimacy, no cross, and nothing like that. It's not possible.
I rule it out totally where it involves marriage. Secondly, on a wider scale, where I would say it's not possible, I believe that deep down there is a recipe, just a thin line. And it's a very thin line, because most of the time when a woman is claiming a man to be, it's not Hallmark. I have been on the earth for a while, and while I may not experience these things, and just to bring it to you, even as a child of God, being saved at a tender age and try that best friend thing, I have to say, it's out here, and you know quite well where that happened also with me, even before we got engaged, where the person was my good friend. He wasn't my best friend. He was my good friend, because my best friend was a woman. Until at one point, even my best friend, God rest her soul, said, Michelle,
this is more than best friend. This is more than friend.
This is more than friendship. He's just, because you can imagine if I say I'm too busy or I cannot make it, it's not possible right now. The person would take us. The good thing about it was that because that person was my friend, my best friend, which was a female, end up knowing him. And after looking at how the person behaved when he hears a no from me, when I'm not able to be there, and how he carries on, my best friend, she have to say, girl, as to what you're saying. You understand? It went as far till even a leader within our assembly at the time have to say, sis, at the time, I just go by birth, Sister Birth, this young man is in love with you. So the way in which he's carrying. So from there, I looked into my experience and I said, but I know that it was pure, that I liked him as a friend because I was interested in you. And I said, and it took me a while to see it, because the thing is, I couldn't see it because I see him as a friend. But when it become intense now, I said, but why are you getting upset over this and seek even others' opinion? They help me to see that, girl, he's not just a best friend. He's saying he's a best friend, but he wants.
Or he's saying he's just a friend, but he's more than that.
It's more than that.
I don't know.
And his part. You understand?
I get it.
It's sticky.
I get it.
But it's sticky.
But I think maybe because so a best friend for you is someone who you share intimate
conversation and parts of your
let me
mind.
not say intimate, confidential. Because
it's
it's different from being confidential.
Yeah, but intimate don't only mean.
No. I don't say intimate. Intimate means feelings involved. Confidential meaning, say, I got raped when I was X time, and you share this with this person. The person, yo, man, I studying, and them if they know a counsel, them lead it to the counsel, whatever. Those type of things.
And you let down your guard with your best friend. There's no guards up. You don't have any guards up with your best friend. Because as far as you're concerned, that person, you show that person your heart.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That hidden part that you hide from most, you reveal to such a person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very thin line. It's a very thin line. And because Jesus Christ put inside of every human being that need for companionship,
Yeah,
it
but
just
you already have a companion. So
exactly.
you don't look companion from
But
that person.
that is it.
Probably it's a listening ear.
But that's how it
just-
starts, though. That's how we start, because we tend to forget that we're human.
No, we're not talking about forgetting that you're human.
Human beings tend to forget that they're human until they're in a particular situation and they say, oh no, I can't do this, I can't. You understand? But then most of the time we don't see, the person involved don't see the situation most of the time until they're too caught up in it. It takes some time an onlooker to say it breaks up, and most of the time the onlooker would be your spouse, and then you don't want to hear anything from your spouse because, oh, you're too jealous, she's too jealous, he's too jealous, oh, you're too insecure, he's too insecure. You understand? So you don't tend to see what's happening until you're in the situation. Sometimes it's too late, the house already gone to the gate.
So guys, you can now drop your comment in the comment section.
You know?
Yeah or nay to that. But let me finish what it says. Healthy boundaries are built on understanding and respect for their feelings. This is speaking about don't blame your partner for feeling insecure if they feel insecure regarding having a best friend who is the opposite sex. Talk to your spouse about the situation without hostility or irritation. So I think it's a thin line. I will admit it's a thin line, and we won't be naive about it. That of course, if you spend time with somebody, it is possible that you go to get feelings. I remember the show called Friends with Benefits or whatever.
Yeah.
Which but it's like in my mind, I'm like thinking to the pure, all things are pure. And if you have a friend who just sees you as a friend, in fact, catch a scenario. What if the person, and I'm just raising scenarios. What if the person is me and you married? The person who's my best friend now gets married. I must not detach from her as being my best friend. She's not married enough.
Honestly,
In a committed relationship.
I believe, for me, it still doesn't change.
Let the church say amen.
I believe that as couples, you should have likewise friendships. You understand? You should have likewise friendship with couples. But best friends
So the title best friend, as far as you are concerned,
is the meaning
must
best
only
friend.
that title must only be bestowed upon your spouse.
Your spouse. And if you are with someone and he or she is not your best friend, it needs to be worked on. It needs to be worked on, because at the end of the day, that's the ingredient of the marriage. That is the ingredient, because all the walking on cloud nine, the honeymoon phase, it does wear off. You understand? Because the strains and the pressures of life and everything do take its toll within a relationship and a marriage. So you are going to need that ingredient of your being a best friend to help you through all the rockiness of it all.
So
And to cement it, that's the main ingredient, along with Jesus Christ.
So I get your point, and I probably would have to agree that if you had a opposite sex as your best friend prior to getting married, after getting married, you said that person is now relegated to just being a friend.
Yeah, a good friend.
Best friend. Or a good
Not
friend.
a best friend,
But not a best friend.
A good friend that knows you well.
All right. So the other question is then, would you be comfortable with that status as being a good friend?
Yeah, because people do have good friends. You understand?
But you know that some persons though, would you consider it like if a lady who then says to her husband, she cannot be a good friend because
everything must be done
insecurity.
decently and orderly.
No, me not talk aggression, but I talk say she just don't like the person or.
All right, I would have to understand what would be her opposition. Is it because sometimes ladies do take up on things from ladies that men
y'all
don't
got a
see?
sixth sense or
Because we're
something.
ladies, we're able to
But
identify.
men have a sixth sense, you know.
Men do too.
Yeah.
Men do too. You understand? And you understand they're
called
able
intuition.
to identify certain stuff that men don't have time to see.
Okay.
And I mean, even go back to the scenario. having a good friend for sure. If the person is your good friend, and he or she realize now that you're interested in, someone, it should not be a situation where there is venom, and you should pay attention. There should always be like, it shouldn't always be like, are you sure, or you this and that? Because that's what happened. Why?
But then that will help you identify that, hey, you like me,
Exactly.
but you got feelings for me.
And some person are meticulous enough to try and hide it.
Okay.
But yeah,
So-
and they will deny it. Oh, I don't, and I'm looking out for you, and I don't think it's good enough. I don't think
Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
she's good enough.
So truth be told, and that's even another topic of itself. But truth be told, your best friend should be your spouse.
Yeah.
If you had a best friend prior to being married, that person can stick around. However, they can be your best friend
But you're
because,
good friends.
but a good friend.
Who
So that's why this. I'm gonna quote 7 tips if you have a friend of the opposite gender. 7 tips. But then before we get to that, I'm going to read this quotation. It says, "Don't insist that your partner also be friends with your opposite sex friend." Because sometimes, like
another topic.
no, but the truth is, if me have an opposite sex friend, the opposite sex friend, you must know the opposite sex friend. You must know the person.
And there should be respect.
And yeah,
Respect.
because and as the previous quotation said, healthy boundaries have to be there.
Exactly.
Right? Now if me have a good friend and you don't know what a good friend is,
But the name is
it
being
can-
called frequently.
it
It can pose a problem.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, even though it has been said before, can I emphasize enough? When you are couple, you have to get like-minded friends.
Yeah.
You know.
So to finish the quotation, it says, your intimate partner has a right to choose who he or she wants to be friends with. So this is saying, not because you're your friend and not my friend.
Exactly.
If your partner doesn't want to spend time with your opposite sex friend, don't try to force this on them, or it will likely
It will backfire because not because of your friend.
don't have to be my
Don't
friend.
have to be my friend.
But then not because it's
I
not your
can
friend,
be
you don't have to
casual.
be right. But you don't have to be
And
don't
respectful
hostility,
too, right? You understand? But as long as you stick to the guidelines and
the
the
healthy
rules
boundaries.
and the healthy boundaries, and don't try to cross it. And once I see something pops up its head and I bring it to your awareness, I need it to be looked into and I need it to be respected. And adjust.
All right. So the last thing, guys, 7 tips if you have a friend of the opposite gender. Tip 1: put your romantic relationship first. So there's no way, for example, you have a date night and your spouse and your friend come and say, well, more, may I link up the same night there? Put your romantic relationship first. Don't expect, your partner to be friends with them. This sound like a woman write it.
It's not a woman write it. It's about boundaries.
And probably
And respect.
research that has been done.
You understand? Because first of all, if I know that, okay, I'm at home and you have an opposite friend and it's just the both of you gonna go out, where the heck are you going?
To a movie.
Yeah, boy.
Within a relationship.
Alright. No, let me not say movie. To a concert.
I don't know, that's not happening with me. That's not happening with me. I'm not gonna be at home and you gone out with your opposite sex friend. That's not working. That is why I don't believe in those stuff. Personally, I believe that as a married couple, you need married couple friends. Married friends. So you're going out on a date night, you're couples. I'm all up in you. My friend is up in her husband, vice versa. No married man or woman should be having a single You understand? Friend in such a thing that you leave your spouse at home and you're gonna enjoy yourself out with your single opposite friend. That's a big nah. It's not working. It's not gonna happen.
Let the church say amen.
I can see the comment section now blowing up. Yes, Michelle, I true that.
That one did not work.
Alright, so let me just go through the points, Jesus. And it's 7 tips if you have a friend of the opposite gender. Put your romantic relationship first. Don't expect your partner to be friends with them. Be honest with your partner. Number 4, don't flirt with your friend.
That always happen though. They say, oh, it's innocent. He's like my brother.
Jesus.
Nah.
Not into that. Pardon.
I mean, if you respect your relationship, there has to be boundaries, and they're there for safe, you know.
Yeah, for safety.
For safety. If you want to be single, so but mingle up in single friendship and all, stay single, stay single, stay single.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Number 5, think about what it looks like from the outside. True.
Bingo.
Number 6, treat your partner the way you wish to be treated.
Bingo. Yeah, because how would you know that? All right, as a guy, you know, honey, tonight I'm going out, with Patricia. Why do I keep saying Patricia? No great reason come to my mind. And she's back at him and said, okay, babe, see you later. Oh, by the way, I'm going out with Jack. So, I'll be back by X time. How would you, for no, say you guys?
No, but I trust you enough, I trust you enough.
Oh, please.
No, if you know say Jack is your friend, Michelle, and you go to Jack.
Oh, please. Unless we grow up like brother, like Peter is my brother from another mother. That's a different thing. You grow up as siblings. That's a different thing.
You can't just meet somebody and then grab them as your friend.
That's different because come on now.
Yeah, that's different. Don't tell your partner, number 7, don't tell your partner they are crazy. You're like, you're crazy. She's just my friend. You're crazy.
Listen, I'm crazy. I'm crazy.
And I'm going to read this part and I'm going to close. It says, if your partner is uncomfortable with your friendship and sees it as a threat to your relationship, don't be tempted to dismiss them and say they are jealous or crazy. That won't help the situation. Listen to their concerns and be honest with yourself about whether there's any truth in them. If there isn't, reflect on your behavior and think about what could be making your partner feel this way.
My final note is that life on a whole is headache. Marriage on a whole comes with its obstacle. Why should I go look extra ones to bring
don't add to it.
Why add to it?
Yeah. So guys, there you have it. We look forward to your comments. We look forward to hear what you have to say. Let your best friend be your spouse. You can have good friends, but your best friend should be your spouse. I'm gonna be honest though to say that sometimes teeth and tongue will meet and you want a different opinion, but the opinion you seek, it must be from somebody who probably is even like-minded, married, or somebody who has had experience and you want to bone something off of them. I don't forget even the specifics, but you just run something, casually by them and get their opinion, because sometimes an opinion shared about your spouse sometimes doesn't leave even things are settled with you and your spouse.
And some people are messy bad.
There you have it. So until another live, until another upload, we're saying God bless. See you on the other side.
It's yet to come.
God's gonna feel and blow your mind.
It's yet